Okay, this is the PowerShell skills training tutorial, and I think we're gonna be on the format tutorial as we have said earlier. So why don't we take on some tips today? I'm going to be creating some short tips for you to take notes to, okay, while we are trying to do the skills training session. Now please look up. Now some people complain the fact that the After Effects is always crashing and you don't know how to manage the space and stuff like that. We're going to discuss that in the next one, but for this one we're going to be discussing some animation presets or effects and presets that you can quickly try to create just simple motion graphics in After Effects. So we're trying to create a new composition right here, and I think I'm going to create a new solid. Okay, and call it gradient. Okay, yeah, solid called gradient. Okay, and I managed to make it this color, but don't worry about the color, we're going to change that as soon as we can. And on this place, just click on the search bar and search for gradient ramp. Okay, I think it's one of the first effects that you get to see on After Effects. So gradient ramp. Now look at the gradient ramp. I know it's just pretty complex with a set of tools here, but it's gonna be very good, and you can actually use it in a a lot of conditions. So right here, I could just click this, change this to red, click this, change this to blue, okay, and change this into the radio ramp, and so I can just change 960 and change this to 540. So the values are gonna be adjusted. So yeah, I could just make use of a little bit of center for that. So I think I just managed to readjust this out of the whole place. Yeah, okay, I think I'm trying to. Okay, so let's just try and make this just one color. Okay. Yeah, something like just give a darker shade around here. So let's just we make a quick gradient. You can make any kind of gradients using the gradient ramp. That's just what I'm trying to talk about. Just telling you how to make the gradient look pretty bit. And you can always use the ramp scatter to scatter the color wavelength of the gradient. I'm going with the original. This okay, to create a kind of blending effects with the two reason with the gradient and stuff like to blend it with the original background. You know that we have a former solid background before we have the gradient ramp in the first instance. Okay, so it's going to try to blend with the background. You can always swap color, black swap colors like this are going to swap colors. So let's say it's going to be pretty eventful if you did that. So what I'm trying to say in essence is just very simple stuff to create. Okay, so I'm going to write PowerShell skills. I'll just turn into orange, but I'm very sure maybe it has a tweaking of mine. So PowerShell skills training. So that seems like pretty stuff. And if you want to disable the caps lock actually can disable the view. So you can just see this right here with this cap lock to refresh view. Okay, caps lock is actually very useful for you. Maybe you want to do something that's going to cause a little bit of much data, and you require it to, you know, just to make sure that it does not crash your system. Just press caps lock and do whatever you want to do, and press caps lock back to load it back. Okay, and also through this place also you can choose stop the live update. Okay, once you stop live updates, the stuff would not load very fast. Okay, if I turn off live updates, that means when I put this here, it moves like this. Okay, when I move this here, it moves like this. So, and let's say I made a keyframe where this was here and it was here. You know that as I'm moving it shows like this. If it was live update, it will be slowing down a little bit. I think I'm going to show you that later. Okay, let's not waste most of our time. So this is it. PowerShell skills tutorial. And as you can see some kind of square here. I wonder what is this. This is because of the snapping tool. I'm told it's going to snap it to the right positions and stuff like that. That's one thing that snapping tool does. So what am I trying to say in essence about the simple stuff I'm talking about? Is that you can try some of the animation presets right here, and I think I'm gonna go with some of the text effects. So text effect, I could have a 3D text based. If you don't actually have a basic skill after it, you can actually use this to create simple motion graphics. So I'm gonna use this, and as you can see, my text gets to animate itself without even stressing myself. So let's say the mix of all those motion graphics are pretty simple and easy to use. I can press U. Once you press U, you can see any kind of keyframe that is there. U, letter U, and as you can see, I could just offset the keyframe to any place I want to be, and it's gonna be like this. Okay, as you can see, it's somehow slowing down and stuff. If I press full, it's gonna see the quality increases, and It's gonna take quite a little slowing in of pixels and stuff like that. Okay, so let's say that is all about that particular part. But okay, I don't want to do this. I just press Ctrl Z and yeah, it's back to normal. And I could just mix up some other effects right here, like feed and stroke. Yeah, as you can see, that looks pretty cool, right? Wow, wow, wow. I'm not even stressing myself to do this effect, and it's doing it by itself. So as you can see, cool test effect even without doing anything at even the first place. Okay, so you can mix up the animation presets very easily and fill and stroke, and you can also use this even in terms of not only in terms of text, okay, in terms of solid. What I mean by that is you can go to new, create new solid, and you can decide to create maybe a pinkish solid. Girls, I'm sorry, I really want to go into your color this time. And also so pinkish power. So now let's go. So transitions, I can actually make a dissolve kind of transition using this, like this. Yeah, that looks pretty weird. I wonder what happened to it. So why this one? Have you seen it? So have you seen it without even stressing you about the transition block, the other stuff? You see, it has already formed the transition itself. So this could actually be used on anything. Okay, and this trap hotel is just a preset for me. You know, the fact that I just installed the red giant trap code. This meta effects is also a plugin on its own. So there are stuff you can do to stuff. Auto scope, scroll behaviors. Oh, sorry, I don't want to apply the whole effect. So this on this, okay. There's a lot of stuff we can actually do with this. Just motion, have you seen what I'm talking about? So you can actually mess with this effect and play around on After Effects and see how it's gonna look pretty awesome. Like, it's gonna be awesome even the first start. So that's all for this one. So we're gonna see how far we can go with text presets and make use of some little bit of text presets. Okay, so maybe I'm gonna be talking about some effects later that you're gonna be discussing, but let's go on the tip 2. And for that, you can check out the next episode. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, and we do our best to make sure we make the best explanation we can give you for everything.